Hey everyone, if you've been around me for a while, you know that I'm a fan of Planning Center Online and I use it. And I just want to show you one of the things that I do each month with Planning Center and one of the features I use that I really like, and how it's actually speeds up my work and gets things done quicker. I plan out music a month at a time, and I plan it out for about the third week of the month. I plan for the next coming month, and so I have at least one Sunday before new music's due for the people in the first week of the month. And then I put all that music in there. I still leave a few openings here and there for like a song before the message or after the message and things like that. But just the main worship sets I try to get out a month ahead. And so what I do is you can see here in Planning Center I've got my last couple dates in September, and then I've already got my musicians scheduled through the 28th. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up the matrix. And at first I didn't really get what the matrix was for, and when I'd click on it I didn't really understand what the benefit of it was. But let's just go there and see what happens. So as you see, it pulled up only one service here, and you can set the matrix to pull up different things, and I don't have it set up right, obviously, to pull up as many things as I want. But you just come over here and you hit load a plan. And it loads. You can see all the different plans, and you can actually go back and see old plans if you need to. And so I'm just going to load the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. So I just clicked on each of those, just a left click. Then I close this window. And if you see, I still have the 23rd up here. I don't want that, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. Just that little. So if you hover over these, you can actually, add positions. That's needed position. If you're putting band members in, and next month when I go to put the band members in, I'll go ahead and try to do another screencast to show you how that works. But it's kind of the same concept. And then you'll see the print feature up here. So as you hover over this top part, you can see the close screen and all that. We'll talk about this stuff up here in a moment. But what you're going to want to first do is I'm going to be putting in my songs for the month. And so I want to click on my song list, and here my whole library basically opens up. Alright, and what I've done when I plan out music, I like to be able to write by hand. That's one of the few things I like to do by hand. I like to type everything, but when I plan stuff, for some reason I just like to have the pen scratching on the paper. And here's what it looks like. Here's a picture, and you'll see I used pretty colors this month. I just happen to have a purple or pink pen with me. So, and if you're wondering why I have this column to the right with Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, you can find out why I do what I do in an ebook called What's in My Playlist, which is part of a thing I do called Song Cycle, and you can actually watch the Song Cycle seminar if you go to free resources. It's in there. Alright, so let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do here is I've already made all these services, but you see that I've got some things already in these services, and if you can look, they look pretty similar. The first of the month at my church, we do a communion. And so with that, I have a template set up for my communion service. And so I just make a communion service, and then I have just a regular template, what I call regular. And I've changed it from here in different times, and each month I tweak it a little bit. And you'll notice that we've got some drop-down arrows. Let me show you that before we get going here. This is order a service, and if I close that, you can actually see everything. There's the plan details, like the name of the service. You could actually put that in. Here, we don't do a lot of that as far as naming the services. We keep things pretty simple. Then the plan notes, different notes for different people. Then here's where you have your people scheduled. And band, audio, visual, and vocals. And you can have all these open at once if you want. And if I didn't have this, what I did, I already had printed this view out. I'm going to show you how to print later, but I printed this view out so I could see all my musicians, because I think it's really important when you plan your music to know who your musicians are. And so you actually plan the right music that fits with them. I mean, you try to, you don't want to dictate, you don't want to have your musicians dictate everything, but you want to pick the right music for the right people and the right band. So let me close that. I'm going to head back to the order of service here because that's what we're dealing with. And so I've got my sheet here that I did all my chicken scratched on and planned out 4 different services. And so the first song on the first Sunday is Everlasting God. We're kind of reaching back a little bit. And so what I do is I just scroll up and find Everlasting God. It's kind of cool. It tells me like the last day which it was used and that sort of thing. Tells me a few things about it. If I had multiple keys, I could make sure I was hitting the right key here and that sort of thing. So all I do now is I just grab this and I drag it into where I've created a template that says set of worship songs. And then what it does, it loads for a moment. And here's where I can choose a different key if I need to, or if I know we're going to do a different order, I can mess with things here. If I need to put any notes on there, I can do that. But for right now, I'm just in a load the matrix mode, so I'm just going to hit accept. And at this point, I'll probably come in here and just delete this placeholder, just the set of worship songs that I've got here. And I just hit OK. It's nice that it gives you a prompt so you aren't doing things like that. The next song is We Are Saved. So then I could scroll down, or what I could do is just hit this and just start to type, and We Are Saved. There we go. So that comes up a little quicker. I drag that in, hit accept. All right, and delete that. We're going to Hosanna, the Hillsong version, next. And there's 2 Hosannas. Of course, I want to grab the right one. All right, we're doing that in a key of E. And make sure we're doing We Are Saved in the key of A, and that's right. Yep. All right, and then I go to my next song, which is When the Stars Burn Down. And I'll just be lazy and just type part of it. And will it give me anything? Nope. Got to type more. I might have that space in there. That might be an issue too. All right, there's that. All right, and I am doing that this week in the key of G. And the reason I have different keys isn't just for whims and stuff. Once in a while I'll change keys just to fit in a flow, but most of the time it's for the voice of the person leading. And so this is a decent guy key, a little bit lower than the original. We use the Jenny Lee Riddle version. That she wrote it, but it was on her album. And all right, so then we've got a new song coming up that it's actually an old song. It's Matt Redman's old Missions Flame, and I don't have that in there. So I'm just going to clear this search title here. I don't have it in here, but what I can do is I can create a new song. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And if you've not worked with PCO before, it's really simple to add a new song. You just go in here, and I'm just going to type Missions Flame. Oh, and it pops it up there already. And then I just fill in what I know now. Later, when I get to the week of, or as I get a little closer, I'll probably hunt down like how long the song is, the beats per minute. I know it's kind of a medium fast song. The style is more rock, and it's in the key of D, I'm pretty sure, so I'll leave that there. And then I'll just go hit accept. Bam, I've got a brand new song, and I can pull that in, and that's actually during, we're taking a missions offering this week, so we're going to do that during the offering. And then I accept that, and then once I go and change the times, it'll actually put the times in there. All right, and then this is Communion Sunday, so I'm just going to hunt for my next song, Jesus Messiah. Pull that down into the communion area, and as I get closer to that week, I'll actually fine-tune the service a little bit better. I've got some notes written down, but right now I'm just getting the songs in there so my team can practice. And then guess what? I just caught that this is in the key of E. This was what I call the girl key. We take it way low for one of our alto leaders. And so I need to edit that. So I click on the little pencil, come up here, and switch back to G, our kind of default key for our other guy leaders. Hit accept, and then that week is done. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and just fill in the rest here. And I may talk as we go, but through the magic of video editing, you'll see it go much faster than it'll take me. But as you've seen, it doesn't take very long at all, and I'd probably have it almost all done had I not been talking to you the whole time. But I thought it'd be kind of cool. All right, so again, I've got a new song here. So Here For You. I don't think I've put that in here yet, so I need to add a new song. And I pick out the right one there. That's a chorus. We're probably gonna, we may do it in G, we may do it in B flat. I don't know for sure. I'll just put G for now. Speed, it's between medium fast and medium style. It's rock. And we add that in there. And I'll fill in the blanks later. So, and that is a pre-service song. And the cool thing is you can tell the PCO that it's actually happening. Let's just say Here For You is like a 5-minute song, which is probably about right. And you can tell that it's happening during pre-service, so it doesn't count it in the regular time. All right, and I'll probably delete that pre-service song there. All right, and go ahead and delete that. I'm in delete mode. Oh, and one more thing. Before I move on here, I realized, okay, my kids dismissal, we dismiss kids partway into the service, and so I realized, okay, I need to get them out of there at some point. And so in my notes, I see that we're doing. I kind of planned to dismiss them after about 2 songs, and I just did something where it wanted to add an item, and I don't know what happened there. I'm going to cancel that, but it worked out that I just dragged this kids dismissal up and down and into that spot versus that. All right, so, and now we're going to start cooking along here. All right, so there you go. Obviously it was quick as you were watching it, but really it was only 10 minutes or so for me to fill all those in, if that, and had a couple of new songs I had to add in there. So this is what it ends up looking like. Again, it's not the finished form, and I've still got quite a bit of work to do on each one, but at least it gives my musicians the songs they need to know in the month. It tells them their keys and all that. So next, what I would do is, if I wanted to let people know that the songs were all out, I could hit email these people. I just emailed them about a week ago that their places were scheduled, that the schedule was up. So I'm not going to email them about the songs. We tend to email just a week out or so with those, but if they want to look ahead, they can. But what I do want to do with this is I just hit print. So then it's going to print for me, you know, a hard copy of this so I can have it. And what I do is that the output is PDF, letter. Make sure it's landscaped, and it's got small edges so I get as big as possible. This is just sample matrix report. There's some other things that you can do in here as far as reports, but this one works out just to hit like this. You hit accept. It asks me, and what I do is I don't save these PDFs because I don't want, if I go in and change something, I want that PDF getting out that it's like the thing. So I just happen to open it, and I use it as a temporary file. So I just open it up with my Adobe. Here it comes. Here it comes. There it is. All right, it makes this nice little worship set, and it gives me the order of service, and so I kind of keep an eye on it when I'm not online. And then to make a print of that, of course, you just go ahead and print it. So that's pretty much what I do. And if you have any questions about any of this, you can let me know. But again, maybe in another month or so, I'll actually show you how to put my people in, and maybe show some other tricks that I use with Planning Center. So until then, we'll talk to you later.